As hundreds of thousands of Americans have died from coronavirus, as tens of millions of people are struggling with no work, no livelihood, and no support from the federal government, Candace Owens has decided to focus on what really matters to her and other right-wingers, questioning AOC and the statements that she's made about what she experienced in the Capitol while the riots were taking place on January 6th. Now, this is an infuriating and common thing that you'll see on social media by right-wingers and people who are purportedly leftist, but I question that. And Candace Owens said this: on a day in which Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett is trending, please never forget the time that AOC staged a photo shoot dressed in all white at a park or a parking lot to spread lies about immigrant children in cages. Faking her own attempted murder was the next logical step. So she embedded the pictures that she was talking about, but someone who was actually present when those pictures were taken, Walter Schaub, who was also the former director of the Office of Government Ethics, chimed in and said this: "This is a lie, Candace Owens." Oh wow, what a shocker, she's a liar. "I was there in Tornillo and saw AOC with my own eyes. Maria Teresa was there too, as were many others who opposed child torture. I paid through the nose for the last minute ticket to be there." And then he mentions other people who were there with him who can vouch for the authenticity of AOC when she was distraught, watching children locked up in cages, which, by the way, several of those children ended up dying in those cages, So I feel like anyone with any empathy would be distraught by that. So it's just, I don't know like what motivates people to be this insanely cruel, but this is what we're dealing with. And this was the same video, by the way, where AOC disclosed that she was a survivor of sexual assault. And the takeaway for these people like Candace Owens is to dismiss her, demonize her, and question her lived experience.
Okay, so Candace Owens used to be a liberal Democrat and changed overnight. I'm sure coincidentally, when she started getting paid by right-wing organizations. And she's questioning people's authenticity. Come on. But look, on the other hand, you should know people are paid to lie to you. And so that's when you see Candace doing that, it's not a mistake, it's not an accident. That's literally what she gets paid to do, is to lie about progressives, lie about everything you can. Now, luckily, it really doesn't work much. All it does is it helps other white right-wingers feel good about themselves. Oh, they would say things like, "We got a black to say it, so it's okay." Are they even friends with Candace? Oh my God, if Candace said, "Hey, you know what? Maybe black lives do matter. Maybe we shouldn't like abuse or kill unarmed black people like people in my family," they'd turn on her in a second. And by the way, she'd also be fired from those organizations, and then she'd have no money at all. And then she'd cry and cry and cry. So she's literally a professional liar. And in terms of the so-called left that's going, joining this AOC Smollett and all that nonsense that originates from the right wing. Okay, fine, whatever. Look, if you want to say like Tucker Carlson's my new best friend, and I think that AOC is my new enemy. Okay, you do you, right? Everybody's got an opinion. But by the way, if you actually want to hold anyone accountable, including AOC, including members of the squad, etc., well, you just ruined it for anyone who actually does want to hold them accountable. Because now if they don't, for example, I talked to Ryan Grimm the other day, and it looks like the Progressive Caucus is not considering bringing up Medicare for all for a floor vote for the entirety of the 2 years of this term. I think that's outrageous. We should definitely demand a floor vote, and there is a right time for it. And Ryan and I talked it through. We explained the right strategy. But progressives, it looks like, are not going to do that. That would be the time to put pressure on them. But now, if anybody puts pressure on AOC or anyone else, they're gonna say, "Oh, you guys are with the lunatics." Thanks a lot. Way to ruin every strategy there ever was on the left.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.